So my goal is to take this fuel pump off of this sending unit and swap it with an aftermarket one. I got a Redhorse Performance 535 liter per hour E85 gas meth fuel pump. It's gonna go in my OBS. I need to upgrade my fuel pump because I'm doing an LS swap and I'm putting a turbo on the engine once it's all said and done. So I bought a fuel pump I bought a whole assembly from Advanced Auto Parts. And the sending unit was more expensive than just buying this one right here. I'm gonna just take that fuel pump off, throw it away, swap it with this one. This one is bigger, but everything should match up. The Redhorse fuel pump did come with some accessories to make this thing work. I ordered a new fuel tank from AutoZone. I don't know if it has a baffle in it, but the old fuel tank does have a baffle in it, and it's completely fried. So we're gonna start with this one first. Once I get the new fuel tank, then we'll drop it in and we'll swap them out. So I see some of the differences, what we got going on right now. So that would connect to this inside the tank. This one is already connected and goes out to this one. But what I'm gonna have to do is splice into that one, add this one on, because those inserts are different from what's on this fuel pump and how this one is set up. And I can't take that one and just plug it into here. So I need to go to the store, get some heat shrink, and I can solder those together or crimp them together, seal them up, and make it work. So this one is crimped on very nicely, and I'm gonna have to ruin that one at least and take it off so I can put it back on. Then I bought me some extra hose clamps just in case I needed something for some kind of reason. All right, this is my OBS. This is a DIY job, right? This is mine, saving me some money. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. I ain't doing all that full frame off, blah, blah, blah. I cleaned it up with a wire wheel and sprayed it down with some Rust-Oleum and got it primed up and painted. This is the old fuel pump, man. So when I first bought this truck like 6 years ago, I tried to get it started. And now I see why it would never start, because the hose is gone. The fuel pump was bad. The fuel pump wasn't pumping any fuel out. So I couldn't receive any fuel. So that's why I couldn't get it started. When I first bought it, look at all that rust. Look at this. Shitty. All right, so inside, look at the fuel tank. Rusty. I pumped out about 10 gallons of fuel out of it with a Harbor Freight pump. Y'all see it's some more still in there, but I got out enough in order to drop it without it being too heavy. All right, so I've been working on it a little bit at a time. It took me a couple weeks to clean up the frame and spray it down. I also did the wheel wells and the frame under there. As you can see, it looks pretty clean because, like I said, I cleaned it up with a wire wheel and sprayed it down. I'm gonna go to LMC truck, order me a new battery box and rubber pad to go inside and snatch that one out. That's about it. took the grill out. I think I'm gonna either go back with the single headlights or swap it over to the 4 headlights. I'll probably upgrade the mirrors here and swap them to the painted ones on the newer ones. So this is an 89. I think they started doing the painted ones color matching like 93, I believe. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take those out. All right. I'm also going to do a frame notch, flip it, drop it a little bit. I saw some kits on Summit. Think I'm gonna do the 6 and 4. I don't want it to be too low. And yeah, this is why my channel is Bike Life D-Boy right here. That's my baby. All right, here go my 5.3 studded. I got it freshened up, new oil pan, new rings, studded everything, and we're gonna put a turbo on this thing. We did I think we did the trunnion upgrade, poured and polished the heads, DOD delete, cam swap. Think we put tie bar lifters in there, and I think that's about it. Show y'all the turbo. So I'm going with 559/18 Holley Terminator X Max. I got a 4L80E to go along with that 5.3. I got some 80-pound injectors. That's the part number. I do have a few things for sale. Thought about it. This is the LS1 Cathedral Port intake. It comes with a fuel rail and injectors. And then I got a LS3 one also. Yeah, that's the turbo. Let's see. All right, so I'm getting back started. First step is going to be to get this filter off this fuel pump so I can get all this out. I had to go back, had to go to Harbor Freight, get me some wash strippers, crimper, because I didn't have none. Then I got some extra heat shrink. I'm struggling trying to get this off, so I'm gonna go offline and snatch it off or something and figure it out. All right, so I ended up breaking it off of there. It went to, I just had to forcefully pull it and it came off. Then I had to get that part off. So now I just need to get this crimp off of here. I can pull this fuel pump off and put my new fuel pump on. I'm gonna keep this piece and sit that here and let the new fuel pump sit inside of it. I'll probably just take this and cut it because I don't know how I'm gonna get this off. So let's play with that. All right, so I got a few tools, scissors, flathead. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with trying to bend this piece and then pull it out and then just unwrap it. If that don't work, I'm gonna take those pliers and make it work. So I also found out that the 3/8 fuel line will hold up to 1,000 horsepower on EFI. So you can keep your 3/8 or 6 AM fuel line if you ain't running, if you run an EFI and you run it up to like 1,000 horsepower. Carburetors, you can keep it and run up to like a 600 horsepower system. Anything bigger than that, you need to move up to 8 AN and so on and so forth. So I got that kind of straight so far. So now let's try to get up under it and take it off. There we go. All right, so I pull this up and I got it out. So now it's loose and it comes off. And then I should just be able to twist this up out of there. And then the old fuel pump is off. I'm gonna take this off and I just use, all right, take that off, use the hose clamp, and it does come with the hose clamps in here too. So there we go. Everything I need. Now let's unpack this new fuel pump. All right, look at that. Redhorse, 535 liters per hour. I'll put the link in the description and I'll drop a picture somewhere in here. And you can see it's shorter, has a shorter length, but this one has a wider diameter. But all right, so I tried to sit this in here and the base is much bigger, so it doesn't sit in here perfectly. And then it's not shaped like this one on the bottom. So this doesn't really fit on it and just float around in a fuel tank. So I think I should leave it for vibrations, so it won't be like a metal-to-metal contact. So I might just make it work. All right, what you want to do before inserting this in here is lube it up with some WD-40 or something. All right, I got my hose clamp. Stick that on there. Get your fuel pump, lubricate it up with something, WD-40 or a good fuel additive, maybe some Lucas or something that is fuel safe. You can stick in there if you don't feel comfortable with WD-40 or something. So lube it up, stick it in. All right, and then I'm gonna sit that back down in there. And sit that back in there. Then I'm going to pick that fuel pump up and sit it on top. All right, so after I got that in here, I'm gonna take the red cap off and I'm gonna stick the little pad on it, and it'll hold it into this spot so it won't keep moving. So I leave it like that and tighten it up, then stick on. All right, so let's remove the cap. All right, Cap removed. I'm gonna seat that back in there as best as I can. Slide that over on top of it. And now we can see that. I'm gonna add this onto it. So we're gonna take out that seal. Got that out. And we're just gonna take this and sit it on top of there. Right. And just need to see how it's seated in. So it's gonna move around, but at least when it vibrates and starts pumping, it'll be seated on this rubber grommet and takes down the vibration and hopefully saves the fuel pump and make it last a little longer. So I just want to ensure that I got that pushed up all the way, that's all. And it's in the box with the other one. I do it maybe about halfway between, and then I add on the other one because the other line is long and this one is pretty long too. All right, so I got the connections, red, black to black. Lock those in, and we're gonna use heat shrink to seal it up. Make sure it's a firm forever fit. So we're gonna slide one of each on. After I strip it, we're gonna slide it on, crimp it. Then we're gonna do the other side, crimp it. Then we're gonna put a little heat on them and burn them off. All right, so I crimped these already. We got a tight seal on them. Then we're gonna go in from this side, make sure we do red with the red and like that. All right, so I got them both crimped and I got me some fire. I ain't got a heat gun. We're just gonna put a little heat on them. They're gonna start to shrink and seal up. Put a little heat. And gonna make sure you seal them all the way up. Keep that heat moving until it's shrunk all over the wire and sealed up. That's how you make another fuel pump fit on your stock one. All right. Make sure it's set up around on the edges. And there we go. Oh, nice and pretty.